So can you just give the brief what was discussed on Thursday's class since I was not able to
Thursday, I
listen
was,
that and we don't even have recording.
yeah, Thursday there was some issue with the recording. Thursday it was about the mock, how to structure it. Like for example, what should be the quantity, like that. So tomorrow we'll be doing another mock. I'll give you an overview
Okay.
in the next mock.
Okay.
So yeah, before going on to E3, as I told on Thursday, I told you guys to read the Preseen. I, I told that you have to read it daily, and in the next class you have to give an overview, because last time you guys were struggling to give a summary of that. So quickly, 2 to 3 minutes. Now I need from everyone, because I still see that some of you are not reading it daily or taking it seriously. If you don't know your own company, you cannot write a good answer. You're a senior finance manager. Maybe you're working in this company for, let's say, 15 years, 20 years here. And if you don't know about a company, if you're giving wrong facts, if you're not utilizing it, the information given, it will be a bad impression. Okay, so quickly, one by one, just 2 to 3 minutes, and you don't need to repeat the facts exactly, but you can just say in your own words what you remember. If you missed 1 2 points, I don't mind. I don't want you to read from that, but what you understood from the patient. Let's say you have to start as the first person. Oh, I am Dikshita Jain. I am senior finance manager for Rotomyne. I am Chandan Pal. I am senior finance manager at Rotomyne. This is my responsibility. This is my company. This is my industry. Like this as a first person. So 3 minutes for each one of you. And I also want this is in writing. So a lot of students have already written. Those who have not, so you need to write a pre-scene summary also. Any questions?
Oh, sorry, I just joined. Was
Hello,
there any? Hello, please, can you hear me?
yes, I can hear you. I was waiting
I
for you.
just Yes, I just joined. I wanted to know if I've missed anything major, please.
Yeah, so we are not started anything yet. Set. We are
Okay,
planning to do E3 today. E3 discussion.
okay,
Before that, as discussed on Thursday, I want you guys to give a summary of the pre-scene in 2 3 minutes. Quick summary. Each
okay.
one of you has to give it. Okay. Yeah. So we'll start. I just
Shall I
want it
start?
crisp and to the point. Yes, Dikshita. Make it short and make it to the point. You can add some points what you believe. Let's say you can say, that cyber risk is not part of principal risk, which I believe is an important issue. So should not like look like you are reading. I want to know what is your understanding from that, right? I hope you got
I'll
the.
give it a try.
Yes, please go ahead.
Yes. So, hello everyone. I'm Dikshita Jain, working for Rotomyne as a senior finance manager. So, my roles and responsibility basically are developing business strategy, managing risk, having a proper corporate governance in the company, looking after threats of our stakeholders, and I directly report to the board, our company's board. So, since our company has been in market for more than 90 years now and on stock market for more than 70 years, my company basically produce different variety of product like rechargeable, like product which can help in developing batteries like that non-battery hydro. Sorry, just a second. Yeah, so my company manufactures battery grade lithium hydroxide, lithium carbonate, which is basically used in e-vehicle devices. We also produce but lithium for tires and pharma, and non-battery grade lithium hydroxide for the grease. So, so we do have one major customer who cooperates like 22% of our revenue, and currently we serve and ship products over in 90 countries. 90 countries. We have like six major. Sorry, we have six major mines. Just a second, I got confused over here with six and nine. Yeah, we do operate in six different countries where we have six hard rock mines and three traditional mines. Later on in 2014, the newest mine which we have purchased is is in the country which have quite unstable political and economic development. So this can be one concern for us looking forward in upcoming years. It is good if we acquire new mines also, because since we have seen increase in e-vehicle manufacturing, then it would be very essential that if we also uh, look into increase the supply of mine, and that can happen if we acquire any more mines in the upcoming years. Other than that, mm, basically right now we are using hard rock mine method and traditional brine method, uh, which might be cheap right now, but they we cannot say that they are environmental friendly. So it is good that if further time we move towards direct lithium extraction method. Um, then one good thing is that we have a good tie-up and relationship with the leading universities of for research and training facilities. So it helps us in pulling new talent. It also helps us in um, good research and development. As we have seen from Preseen, we have also noticed one thing that because of this, we also have received some kind of commercial benefits. Other than that, if we have a good research and development team in hand and we do something which is beneficial for the economy or something, then it is high chances that we also get government grant. Other than that, mm, the main important part is that our mines are highly automated, which reduces the risk of health towards the worker who works in the mine. At the same time, we do have health and safety policies to keep, and we do prioritize in that, as it is uh, one
Values.
of our values, correct. One of our values. Other than that, it is very important as like five important values of our company is like to respond the customer needs, to keep innovating, which is like very good advantage because if we keep innovating, we might have a competitive advantage also. At the same time, we try to be as ethical as possible, and it is needed to be ethical and to work in a sustainable manner. Our mission and vision are intact, which are like to keep the world clean, healthy, and sustainable. To basically provide powers to the consumer at the same time to provide good quality material so that our customer doesn't face any problem or issue with it. Other than that, we do have a treasury department who looks after currency risk. A majority of our transaction happens in foreign currencies, so it is very important to look into it. As we just have a treasury department as of now, but we don't have any specific director for it. So it would, since our CFO is handling as of now, but it would be very good if we have one particular in charge who can look into it like in a proper manner, because this can be a cost to the company if it is not looked properly. Other than that, we don't have a cyber risk department. In general, we don't even have a risk department for the company to analyze what are the major risks happening. It might be happening internally in all different
We have
departments.
risk
We don't
committee,
have
right?
particular. We do have risk committee, but it's like we don't have anything internally, right? We
Risk
do have risk
committee
committee,
internal only.
but those are all managed by NEDs, right? So they be so active to look into as we proper have a department.
If you
I'm
have
not.
a committee, that means definitely they are doing something. If committee is in place, they have to follow the steps. They have to work on having a risk profile, and we also have principal risk setup. So we cannot say that they are not serious. If they're not serious, why we'll have principal risk setup? Maybe you can talk about the effectiveness. We cannot just deny the role directly.
Yeah, okay, I agree with the point. I might have misread it. So as we do have a risk committee in place and we do have the principal risk all in place, but my emphasis right now is more on like we need to have more principal in place, principal risk in place to look after, and especially we need to work on the cyber risk part because as of now, we don't have any proper IT director in place, and cyber risk can be very much riskier in the coming future because everything has been AI right now. Every trend is changing, and mm, since we are automated, somewhere or other, our companies also depend on technologies as of now. since we are highly automated, it is very important to have that in place. Other than that, am I missing something?
It's okay.
Mm,
No problem. Good job.
okay, thank you.
Next, you can try something similar to what she did, and even if you can do it shorter, also it's fine. We'll go next. Anjana.
Yeah, okay. I'm Anjana Patel, a senior finance manager in a Rotomyne company. My role is to advise on the strategic decision, corporate governance, by considering all stakeholders, um, and advising on the managing sources related to the strategy we decide to implement. Um, Rotomyne is a lithium mining company which mines the lithium and also producing the products such as batteries and um,
We are
other.
not producing the products.
We have no battery grade lithium hydroxide, butyllithium.
Yeah, we have, but we are not actually producing batteries. We are giving raw materials to manufacturers. We don't. If you say produce, is getting confused. We are not the manufacturer. We are not the producer.
So they have given the table
You see
regarding the
here that
product.
mines lithium for sale to manufacturers. We are not the manufacturer.
Okay. Okay, I got confused with that table they have given regarding the products.
Okay, 1 second. Which table you are saying? I hope
And
everybody
where
is having a keen eye on this. Yeah, this one,
no, I think below that.
this one.
Yeah, yeah.
So Rotomine manufactures the following products. Product battery grade lithium hydroxide and lithium carbonate, non-battery grade lithium hydroxide. So basically, we are making this product, and application is happening here. Batteries for electric vehicles. Are we making the batteries? No. High temperature grease for use in engines. Are we making engines? No. Tires
No.
and pharmaceutical products. Are we making tires and pharmaceutical products? No. Alloys and aircraft manufacturing. Are we doing this? No. But what we
So I
provide
think
for this alloys, we provide high purity lithium metal. For tires, we are providing butyllithium. For high temperature, this engines grease for using engines, we are making non-battery grade lithium hydroxide. So what we are providing here is lithium hydroxide, and here we are providing lithium hydroxide and lithium carbonate.
so we
So
are
these are
producing raw
products.
material basically, right?
Yeah, this is our
Not
products.
the product. Okay. Hmm.
Lithium
Got it.
hydroxide, lithium carbonate, lithium hydroxide, butyllithium, and lithium metal.
So I think my statement should be we are producing raw materials for the battery.
We are providing the raw materials which is used in different industries, primarily in electric vehicles. Apart from that, is also used in making engines, pharmaceutical, tires, aircraft manufacturers, among others, even glass.
Hmm.
So that is where the usage is happening. And why we need to know the percentage? Because from the percentage of revenue, we can understand where we are getting more business from.
Okay.
So one of the risk management our company can do is also look at new application of the lithium.
Okay.
Like
Got it.
usage of glass is going high, so in glass also we can use it.
Hmm. Got it.
Yeah, continue.
Okay. So 1 second. Okay. So there are in the lithium mining there are three types of mining usually happens among. Okay. Traditional brine, a hard rock mine, and direct lithium. Out of three, direct lithium has a very less environmental impact, but it is expensive as compared to others too. And currently, in the lithium industry, the direct lithium is not as popular method lithium companies are using, but it is in the growing path. And Rotomyne is founded in 1950s and I think listed in 1972.
Okay. So what does it tell us?
Tell us like we are operated in a well established developed countries, and
Okay, you continue your style. I don't want to interrupt. Yeah. Don't get confused. You're going correct.
okay, we operate total 9 minings. Out of six are in developed countries and three are in developing countries, if I'm not wrong.
But you're
And we are
still
one
not
of
confident of that.
I'm like I just couldn't confuse about numberings.
So we are operated in 6 different countries. And
Six
how many
different
mines we have? 9 mines. Six in
nine
hard rock mines and three in
and three
traditional mines.
traditional.
I mean, it is given very clearly, and if you are reading it daily, why you should get confused? That's the reason I wanted to know from everyone what's their understanding of the pre-chain. Because if you do everything E3, P3, then the industry, the mock, and everything, but if you don't know our own company, the pre-scene, just 20 pages, around 20 pages, then it can be difficult. Okay, so need little bit of more reading. I'll ask you again tomorrow, Anjana.
Yeah, okay.
Next, just make it quick, guys. We'll go Sohail.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so I'm a finance manager in Rotomyne,
Senior
uh,
finance.
senior manager in the finance function of Rotomyne. Uh, so the company was founded in 1950s and listed in the stock exchange in 1972. We currently have 9 mines in 6 countries, and 2 of the mines are in political and economic unstable countries. We currently use 2 methods of mining, which is hard rock mining and traditional brine mining. We we produce products which are further sold to businesses which produce products for resale. Currently, the main risks associated with mining is environmental risk, as it causes soil erosion and pollution, which affects the environment. And one of the main risks which we may have is cyber cyber related, as we do not have any IT officer or director working in that department.
Yeah, be quick. Don't take breaks.
Also, we do research and innovation with the university to find new ways of mining and new ways of mining that can reduce cost and and be more environmentally friendly. Also, currently in the market, there is the studies going on sodium ion batteries, which are more cost effective to manufacture, but however, they are not yet commercially viable.
Why you are taking breaks in between, Soil? Have you not written summary? You can read from your own
I
summary
have,
what you wrote.
I have, but I'm thinking and saying it from my mind.
So you don't have to think too much. You know, this already coming close to exam. It should be everything on the top of the mind. If you're thinking, we are wasting time, and if you're wasting time, exams is gone. In 1 hour, we have 2 questions, 2 subtasks. We have to know everything from the pre-scene. We have to only think when we are relating it to the question ask, and that too, you cannot take more than 5 minutes for each task, subtask. That's it.
Yes.
If we are slow, we are going to fail 100%. Simple as that. And one reason of
Okay.
being slow is that we are not reading it multiple times.
Yes.
Okay, next.
I can go.
Yes, please.
So this is Chandan Pal. I'm a senior finance manager in Rotomyne. We founded in 1950 and we registered in stock exchange on 1972. We currently have 9 mines. 6 of them are hardcore, hard rock, and 3 of them are prime. And we're running in 6 different countries, and 2 of the mines are in unstable political and economical country. We are the fourth largest, so we are one of the fourth largest mining companies globally, which contributes 50% of the supply. And we also do 90. We also ship it to 90 countries in the world, and we don't have an IT director, which we are lacking, and we are oh, sorry, something different coming to my mind. So we so yeah, it is not environmentally friendly. We are working towards sustainability, bringing new technologies, innovations, and we have the board imbalance. We don't have. I think we have 6, so 5 executive directors and 3 non-executive, right? Sorry, I shouldn't be asking that.
Yeah. So it is imbalance.
So it is imbalance, and so we haven't acquired any new mines since last 20 years. We are very established. We are nearly 90 years old company. So our sales has reduced, impacted compared to last year. We have good retained earnings around 2.2 billion, enough cash around 857 million. So the only problem I think we have is I think we have only one stream of income. So in order to minimize the risk, so we should be focusing adding diversify or adding another stream of income. And our share price is going down. Our beta is 1.63. I don't know, I'm just saying quick, so it's okay, right? Okay.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
What else? Yeah, we got as per our balance sheet, we got good experience in acquisitions. You can see goodwill on the balance sheet, which shows we got good experience in acquisitions. We definitely look into start mining using DLE method, which is more sustainable as well, environmental friendly. As these traditional minings are damaging to environment, which cause soil erosion, water pollution, and habitat destruction. And we need to. We have been working with universities, colleges, in terms of research and development. and we should be able to develop new technologies to bring efficiency and also more sustainable manner. So yeah, this I think anyone can add anything else.
Okay. Good job. No problem. Next time you do, you can add the facts you have said. You can add how it is affecting, why it is important, like that.
Okay, sure.
All right. Next, please. Yes, Mr.
Yeah,
Preseen.
yeah, I'm Fahim. I'm working as a senior finance manager with Rotomyne. Rotomyne, my company is located Poland Exchange, and the whole operation is controlled from the Poland head office centralized systems. Our mines are in the 6 countries, 9 mines, and 6 hard work mines, and 3 traditional brine mines. If you look at the lithium mining, there is a common three method: the hard rock mines and the recent brine mine and the direct lithium extractions. Compared to all the things that all are affecting the environment, the less effect is lithium mining, direct lithium extraction method. But if you look, this one is more costly. Therefore, we cannot implement every companies, and we need times and more money for this. But its advantage is environmental, not affected much. And if you look, we are mining the lithium, we are selling to the who's producing the batteries and the ceramic glasses and lubricants and other who's producing the other users. Like the most revenue is for the battery who's producing the battery. We are selling the lithium to them. This is our revenue is around 45 percentage, the revenue of our company. This is good for the companies. And other side, if you look, there is a chance they will be acquire the company in case of anything in future. Then if I have a look, the board is in balance because there's one chair and two non-executive and executive directors are 6. The lacking point of the board, there is no IT directors because this is the privacy of the data. There is no IT director in the board. And if you look at the advantage of the board, there's a CFO. Having experience in the law, the firm in the big largest firm, and because we are operating the more than the 6 countries, definitely we have to face the risk like currency risk, and then he can make treasury department. He can control the currency risk. And other than that, if you have a look, the committee, the disadvantage, the chairperson in the board committee, it look nice. There's no control. It's difficult to control from the committee because chairperson is independent person. Then moreover, I look for the balance sheet, the revenue side. Revenue side is compared to last year, is revenue is less, and the operating cost also increases. If you look the competitor as well, the competitor also same thing. The revenue is going down and the operation cost increase. We can assume there is a market or excess supply in the market. Therefore, lithium prices go down. Sales may be reducing the down. Therefore, the profit also less. But even though profit less, they are paying the people the profit. The payout, dividend payout is high. I can say that one. Then I can move. I can look the board. The 2022, the share price is go down because this time is the CEO and other share person all the came. That year the share price is go down. This beta you can say 1.6. Is more than the one. Therefore high volatile. This range. And if I look the news article, we can look for the in future. The Rotomyne have faced the problem OT and ICT, some new technology. It will be cost and difficult to find the employee who's have reigned one in the market. And also, if you have a look for the opportunity, there is a good opportunity for the geolistic. Who's that? The people who geolistic, yeah, who's know the because when you go who study for geolistic, there are a lot of demand in the market in future. Yes, I can say. I don't know.
That's it.
Yeah, Misbah.
Okay. Not bad, but still need improvement.
Okay, because I'm reading. I printed hard copy. I'm reading every night. I will get. It's fine.
You have to read it.
Yeah, I'm
Because
reading
even the
every day.
analysis,
Yeah.
even the pre-scene, everything. Sorry, even the analysis and mocks when you are doing. So you'll
Mhm.
get data from information from the pre-scene itself. You will
Yes.
not get anywhere else. Nobody is expecting you to be very good in the industry, but at least you should be good in your own company. Let's say you are meeting a stakeholder, a bank, a supplier, and they're asking what your company do. You should be able to talk to them. You should be able to explain your work, isn't it?
Yes.
Just think in a real world how it will be. If someone asks you about your role, you are a senior manager, or we can say vice president finance, and we don't know about a company, how it will sound. Okay, next please. Nikhil, Sham, Seth, anybody?
Let me give it a go.
Yes, Seth, please go ahead.
Okay, so my name is Seth, and I'm the senior finance manager for Rotomyne. Currently, our head office is in Poland, and we operate in 6 different countries and have 9 mines across the country. Out of these 6 countries, we have 2 of them being in developing countries, which sometimes faces political instabilities. Regarding our mining, we have 6 of them, which operate the hard rock method, and then the others operate in the traditional brine method. Our products are mostly used by battery manufacturing companies, pharmaceuticals, and sometimes also in the aerospace industry.
Right.
Regarding yeah, regarding our forecast or our products, currently the demand of our product is around 500,000 tons, but it is projected that in 2030 it will increase by 4 million, which gives hope that our industry will be like a good place to invest in the future as well. As I mentioned earlier on, we operate, or our method of operations are hard rock and the traditional brine, which 2 of these has has major environmental impact, or has major environmental impact, such as soil erosion, water pollutions, and destruction of natural habitat. However, we do have a mitigation plan in our risk register in order to minimize the impact of all these on the environment. The other method of mining which we are yet to delve in, or we have not yet used, is a direct lithium mining, which has less environmental impact. However, the cost associated with this method is very high, but we will consider it in future if there is the need for it. In terms of our operations, as I already indicated, we are in 6 countries, but our stock exchange is on the Poland stock exchange, which implies that we have the ability to raise capital from different means or different source, including that from the stock exchange as well. We also have a good market base. Currently, one of our major issues is that we have one customer who accounts for about 22% of our revenue, something very worrying, and our marketing department are looking at ways to in order to get more customers so that we will not over rely on this customer. We do have our missions and visions and values in place. Our missions and visions and values are something that we held dearly to. And also there are things that we hold them to in order for us to um, deliver good products to our customers, minimize the environmental impact, and also ensure that we constantly innovate. Our board of directors are made up of individuals from different backgrounds and discipline. Currently, our non-executive director, who is the chair of the board, has a lot of industry experiences and also was once a visiting professor in Capital University, where he had a lot of experience in the industry in which we operate. Currently, our board do not have a director in charge of IT, which is something very concerning, and we are looking in future to get somebody to have that position. Regarding our financials, we noticed that our revenue decreased for about 14%. And I think this is not peculiar to only Rotomyne, as we've noticed that it's an industry problem where we noticed that our competitor, LeakDog, is also having the same decrease in revenue. And we can also account this decrease to be the fact that the price of lithium is constantly falling due to factors such as it's been okay, let me leave it there that way. One of the major concern or other things that we also noticed was that majority of our retained earning or revenue, sorry, of our profits are being paid out to the shareholders in a form of dividend, something that has been consistent for some time now, and we will look into in the future how best we could address that. Maybe the last thing I want to raise is regarding the future perspective of our industry. We think that in future, as already mentioned, we want to do more in terms of environmental responsiveness by going to direct lithium mining method, and also in future, looking at the high demand for batteries. We will want to diversify into going to manufacturing the batteries by ourselves. We also have a strong collaboration with a leading university in Poland, where we will want to let them dive into various innovative ways that we will use our lithium product, so that we will find various ways that we can also diversify. Yeah, that's it from my end.
Good job, Seth. So I also request you to write a summary. And when you're writing summary, you can go in more detail, like risk, board of directors, news articles. You'll have more time to do that. Please start working on summary, and that summary will help you in whatever comes in the exam. You know, every question we need to put certain facts from the pre.
All right, we do. Thank you.
Otherwise, good job. Yeah. Next, Nikhil or Sham. Any one of you can go first, then second, then we'll go back to E3.
Okay, so let me start.
Please.
I'm Shyam Sundar Prasad. I'm a senior finance manager for Rotomyne. So our company is a lithium. It's into the lithium mining business, and then we mine and process lithium, and then we sell it to our customers who are majorly in EV, electric vehicle manufacturing, and also we have customers in in other industries as well. Right. So yeah. So talking about the industry such, and then uses of lithium. So lithium has been traditionally used for industrial purposes, majorly for the manufacturing of glass and lubricants. And then recently there is surge in demand for lithium, which is because of demand of electric vehicles. So globally, nearly 60 to 70% of lithium is used, manufactured is used in manufacturing of batteries, right? And then followed by usage in glass and ceramics, which is around, say, probably 20% of lithium that is produced, and then around, say, 5% in lubricants, and the rest, which is mainly used in pharma and then tire manufacturing. So it should be around, say, 10%. And lithium demand is projected to increase 8 times, so to nearly 4 million tons by 2030. So which is mainly backed by the increasing demand for electric vehicles. So meaning, so the industry is currently heavily dependent on sale of electric vehicles to boost their revenue. And talking about the lithium mining, so lithium mining is done. There are three uh, major methods for the extraction of lithium. So one is the hard rock mining, where the ore is mined in blocks and then it is powdered and then further um, processed to extract lithium out of it. And then second method is traditional brine mining, where lithium, or say in the form of brine, which will be in it will be in the fluid form. So it will be extracted from lakes, and then it will be processed through it will be allowed to dry in big what do you say, like lakes, for it will be allowed to dry for 12 to 18 months in large ponds. So this is the second method of brain extraction, or say lithium extraction. And then the third method is direct lithium extraction, so where the lithium is extracted directly from these lakes, where um, this is a this is an expensive process, but very less damaging to the environment. So in the previous two process, that is hard rock mining and traditional brine, so these two are the processes which our company
Why
currently
it is important for us to know this? How it will help us?
yeah. So yeah, Mr. Coming to it. So these two methods involve a lot of this causes a lot of environmental damages, mainly soil erosion, and then damage to the ecology, and then a lot of carbon emissions as well. The reason why I want to know about this one is, though these two are more damaging to the environment, but these are the most cost effective compared to the direct lithium extraction, so which is more expensive. Oh, and then
Go back
talking
to the
about
mock. In mock they were talking about the sustainability. So can we say we are moving to DLE, direct lithium extraction? That can be the solution.
uh, yeah, direct lithium extraction can be a solution, uh, but it currently involves a lot of cost, and also it is very difficult to find any let's say brain deposits or lakes which are very promising as such.
Okay.
Yeah, so we can say gradually move to direct lithium extraction, which is, and then we have a strong research and training facility where we do a lot of research related to how we can improvise our lithium extraction processes. Right, so by leveraging this research facility, so we can come up with new extraction techniques where we will be able to reduce the cost of lithium extraction as well as increase say the efficiency of extraction as well. So talking about uh, the products, right? So the main product that is produced is lithium carbonate, which our company Rotomyne was doing since its inception. And then there was a lot of usage of this in industrial purpose, mainly for the manufacturing of lubricants. And then Also, there is one more product by the butyllithium, so which is used in manufacturing of tires and then pharmaceuticals. So in the industry, so there are significant barriers of entry that is mainly due to heavy capex that is involved. Right, so that's one of the reason, and the second reason is finding a suitable mine, so which is more viable, and then um, yeah, and then even finding the right amount of deposits. So even that is also a challenge in the current industry. Adding to that, so the governments are very reluctant to provide any licenses, considering the damage that the mining activity is going to do to the environment. And talking about the pricing of the products, so the billing is done based on the spot price, and adding to that, there will be the transportation cost as well. And then both the lithium carbonate as well as lithium which is the hydroxide, yeah, so lithium hydroxide, so these are tradable, and to minimize the impact of fluctuations in the lithium prices, so both buyers and then sellers, so we depend on the futures market to hedge our risk exposure in the prices. Talking about our company specifically, so our company was founded in the year 1950, and then we got listed on the Portlandian Stock Exchange in 1972, and our head office is located in Poland's capital, which is very convenient location to manage any multinational operations, though we don't have a single mine which is operated out of Poland. And at our head office, we are mainly involved in strategic planning and then guidance. And then we also just have oversight of our operations. And all the mining operations are handled locally or through our branches. And then uh, we have our mines
How it
across
improves the
6 countries.
efficiency? We don't need to go in detail.
Mhm,
I was saying to give a summary only in 2 3 minutes. So just go into why part of it, or just one point. Like you can say we are very organized. We
mhm,
have different types. Like
mhm.
no need to go in detail. I want detail in writing from you guys. Did you write the summary already, Sam?
Yeah, Misbah, I
Okay.
submitted it.
Anything specific you want to add,
Um,
which is not repeated by previous speakers?
Yeah, so specific is about our sales. So nearly 45% of our revenue is coming from the battery grade lithium what we produce, followed by around 26% of the revenue is from non-battery grade lithium, which is mainly used in the lubricants. Apart from that, we have beauty lithium, so which contributes to around 23% of our revenue. And then we have lithium metal, so which is very volatile, and then which is difficult to handle as well. So that contributes to around 6% of our revenue. And the last mine what we acquired, so that was in 2004. And out of um, yeah, and out of the 9 mines what we have, two of our mines are say which are say recently acquired, and they are in country which is like politically unstable. So that means, so there will be more pressure on us to look for any new mines or for acquisition of any new mines in the coming days.
Okay.
Yeah, mission talked about, and then yeah, code composition that is also talked about. Yeah, so under the audit committee, so we don't have a non-executive director from finance background, right? And that's one thing. And then another thing is the chair is also a part of the audit committee. So we need to make changes to these two. And yeah, and, and then financial. So that's already been talked about.
Okay, then it's fine.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, what summary you have done, you can just keep on improvising it.
Okay.
Thank you. So
Yeah.
last, Nikhil. I hope other than him, everybody is done. Nikhil, make it short and to the point. Yeah.
Yes, Mr. So, my name is Nikhil. I'm a senior finance manager at Rotomyne. So, we founded in 1950. Rotomyne began with a single large port with lithium mine uh, and expanded into becoming one of the world's fourth largest lithium producers. And the company include six hard rock mines and three uh, old, brine-based mines across 6 countries. So initially, we listed in 1972 in Portland Stock Exchange, and our mission, vision, and values are: Rotomine mission is supported to sustainable future by powering a clean technology, while its vision is emphasis more on delivering high quality lithium product. So these are the things, and our operations. So Rotomine head office in located in Poland, and it's a developed country. And our overseas strategic plan, it's in multinational operations. While so it's managed by a local team. The day-to-day operations at each science are managed by a local team over 90 countries. And our product include, there are four major products. The battery grade lithium hydrochloride, it's a 45% of our revenue, non-battery grade lithium hydroxide, which is used to make engine grease and everything. And beauty lithium, 23% of revenue. So which is mainly used for making tires and pharmaceuticals. And high purity lithium metals, which is only 6%. So which is usually used for making alloys and aerospace applications. And we have a dedicated research team, and which is we connected with the partnership with prominent universities, and we have a lot of engineers, good engineers, and research team. And these facilities are for Rotomine to advance extraction methods and improve lithium applications in batteries, and train chemists and engineers to lithium management. I'm talking about our board of directors. We have a mix of expertise in the board of director, bringing variety of skills and experience into the company. And the non-executive body led by Mr. Jayavardhana. So bringing government skills into the body, and the leadership by CEO Mr. Andrei Prokop is deepening the technical expertise in the chemistry and lithium related manufacturing. And the finance led by Mr. Martin Jacob, CFO, brings financial management expertise. And so we have a lack of things too, which is mainly on IT department. So we need to improve on that thing.
Apart from IT, what we need in the board? Somebody who is like from environmental groups, not environmental groups, but basically better understanding of the environment, ecology.
Misbah, I made this note just before the class start because I had a summary note which I lost it.
No,
so I'm trying to recover it.
Not the
So
summary.
we need a from environment board, because there are a lot of issues, threats we are facing from a political side to to giving a product. We are mining, we are mining things. So we need a lot of sanctions. We need to clear a lot of things from the perspective of environment. So we need an environmental department to control all these things by in a proper way, like I would say somebody from legal side. So that thing we will also lack that thing too. So we have a good human resource team, but that doesn't, that doesn't make sense to the, lacking a legal team to, covering all these environmental things. And can I move forward? Because I lost my note, that's why.
Okay. Yeah.
So we are facing at the moment. We are facing a lot of issues and challenges. Especially in the currency. We are facing a currency because we are operating in 90 countries, and there are some political instabilities in where the mines are located, and we have some safety issues and environmental risk issues, which are need to be prioritized safely, transparency with them, saying on local regulations and things. And we have the major issues. We have a resource limitation. So the demand for the lithium is getting higher, and we can't. We are thinking on. We are working on to getting more mines. So there are limitations to the new mines we can acquire, or we need to found. So that are major risks and challenges we are facing at the moment. And talking about the financial overview, 2024 Rotomyne recorded 78.15 million revenue, which is when we compared with the 2023, the recent year, which is very low. And the profit we got also, one second. The operating profit also fell down by 18.4%. So we need to work on things. The major reason we are seeing it is because of the loss due to the currency transaction and dividend distribution. So Rotomyne have to work more on things which are related to currency and the dividend decision in future. And our beta is 1.63, so it's a bit high when we compare to the average level. So that's all from my side. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Nikhil. So overall, it was okay from all of you, but I was expecting a little bit more detail. And I think you guys need to read more regularly. I feel like there's a lot of gap and some basic things you're getting confused. It won't take much time to do that. And whatever you are doing, even if you're writing mock, this will help. Even if you're doing analysis, this will help. Even if you go through the important topics, which I'll be sharing, this information will help. Imagine if we give wrong fact about the company in the answer, the entire answer will be wrong. Okay, so please prioritize this. You should know every small part of it. One second. Okay, any questions?
No.
I hope you learned from others' explanation also. Therefore, we did in group. Otherwise, you would have done separately also. Why we are doing in class? Because we can learn from each other. All right. So we'll discuss E3 now. I hope you can see the new screen. So what is our expectation from E3? We have done P3, that is risk, F3 financial strategy. So E3 is a little bit more logical than others. We have certain models and certain things which can be used in service industry only, certain product base. So it's more of application will be focusing from Rotomyne perspective and a little bit of background theory. We will not go in much detail because it's not required for the case study. At the same time, we'll try to touch every topic. I've shared this note on the group, so I request you to read it completely at least once. And what are the important points you feel like? Let's say stakeholder, SWOT, PESTEL. We have all these theories in this. What I have been suggesting you to do, this is coming from E3. We have already kind of done some part of it. So this will give you a better understanding why we need to do stakeholder analysis, why we need to do the PESTEL analysis, why we need to do the SWOT analysis, why we should know the industry. So all these answers is there in E3, because to make a better strategy, more efficient strategy, a successful strategy, these analyses are important. All right. So the first chapter talks about the strategy process, how to make a strategy and everything. You don't need to go in very much detail, but for doing the strategy, the most important thing is the ecosystem. Even before that, we'll go to the definition. This we kind of discussed before, but I'll repeat. What is a strategy? Strategy is made up of three things: course of action, including specification of resources to achieve specific objective. Any strategy, what you are recommending, even as an exam question or in general, should have a course of action, or we can say a specific plan. Resources. What is the resources? Resources is not only the financial resources. What else is the resource? Like in our case, licensing is a resource. Government support is a resource. Because here having government support is very, very important. Then what else? Human resource. I mean, a specific human resource we need. People who have experience in that. Like geologists are in demand. That is a resource. Then we might need other stakeholder support. That is also resource. So everything will go into resource. And ultimately, the specific objective. Every strategy is aimed on specific objective. So we should have a plan. We should have the resources, and we should have a specific objective. So two companies, let's say Lithidig and Rotomyne, they are of similar size. They might have a specific objective, but still they will have a different course of action and they'll have a different resource. So one company cannot copy other strategy. If we are failing in any one of those, then we are not having a good strategy. Let's say we know the course of action, we know the specific objective, but we don't have the resource. Then the strategy what we are talking about doesn't make sense. Let's say we got a question. We have seen the previous mock also. We want to remove the dividend and use that for the investment in the IT. But imagine somebody is recommending that, don't reduce the dividend, just pay them the same 90% dividend and pay another billion loss what we have faced. So what is happening? That student doesn't know about the resource. We don't have that much money to give. Even raising externally is difficult comparing the situation we are going from. And already our gearing is more than 50%. So our course of action should be according to the resources we have. And how you'll know the resources? Therefore, in the Preseen, they give you financials. That's the reason why we have financials. That's the reason we have to do the ratio analysis. Therefore, they give us the share price, the dividend ratio, all of those. Okay. And for strategy to be successful, we should know the ecosystem where we are operating. So what is ecosystem? Ecosystem is made up of the stakeholders, customer, supplier, distributors. We have discussed this so many times. If anything you feel like is confusing or you don't have clarity, you can stop me, because I'm not going in the ecosystem again. They have given certain example of resources: cash, assets, employees, environmental factors, stakeholders they have talked about. Then levels of strategy. You are part of the top level. You're reporting to the board. You're a part of a corporate level or also on a strategic level. So whatever we decide at from this level will affect the entire organization. What happens certain time, the strategy looks very effective when you look from the top, but it might struggle in the mid level and the lower level, that is business level and the management level. So we should be confident that our strategy which is being decided should not struggle in the management or operational level. Therefore, in the Preseen analysis also we were discussing that to have someone from operational level as a CEO. A lot of companies which is operational intensive, they will have their COO, Chief Operational Officer, to become CEO. And usually this person has spent decades working at the ground level. And what is the advantage of that? Advantage of that is the person knows everything inside out about the operations of the business. If you're getting somebody from outside, this becomes a challenge. What are the examples of corporate level strategy? Acquisition, disposal, entering new industries, leaving existing industries. So this is where the question will come from. However, we need to know what happens at the middle level and what happens at the lower level. What is the middle level, also known as business or management level? So this is how the organization can compete successfully in the individual market. So this is more about maintaining the competitiveness. They don't need to worry that we have entered into a new industry or we are launching a new product or going into new project. No, it's more about competitive advantage, retaining it, achieving it. And the lower level is functional level, also known as operational level, ground level, day-to-day management strategy. So what they do, like human resource, IT like basic technology, operation strategy, marketing strategy, which can vary from one market to another. That's all operational. So while making a functional level strategy, functional team will also have their own strategy, but they don't need to think about the entire organization. But for us, we need to think. Like some of you might have given management case study also, so you might know that management level questions were different. It was more about reporting or maintaining competitive advantage. But here in strategy level, whatever we do, it is affecting the entire organization. Therefore, in the Preseen analysis also I was saying, and I'll repeat now, that though they are saying you are a senior finance manager, but you have to think like you are the CEO. You own the company, whatever decisions is being taken will affect the entire organization. Though it is from finance, it will affect marketing, it will affect sales, it will affect suppliers. No decision at the board level can be taken in isolation. We cannot just think, okay, this is a marketing decision, this is a finance decision, this is an engineering decision department. No, every decision is a entire business decision. Therefore, we talk about having an holistic view. Sometimes we can have a very good strategy, as I said, but it will struggle at the operational level. Why it can struggle? Because we don't have better understanding about ground reality. And this is also one of the reasons why we did industry analysis. So we should have some basic idea about the industry. What are the operational challenges? What is the biggest operational challenge for us? That is health and safety, isn't it? If you look at internally, it is health and safety. Then types of strategy. So typically strategy can be divided into two. One is like properly planned and step-by-step approach, also known as rational. And another one is just opposite, like unplanned, freewheeling approach. We'll see that is more of a startup companies. But when companies are matured, they're expected to be having a long-term plan. Why? Because we need to get confidence of the stakeholders. What are the steps and stages? You don't need to remember that. This is a chart actually, which how it works, like invert. But if we just quickly see logically, we have kind of used it like internal environment and external environment. First we have to analyze, then we'll understand our position. So for this, what we did: internal strength and weakness, external opportunities and threat. And from there we'll have strategic options, evaluation and choice. So we kind of use that, but you don't need to know the exact steps. It's not required for the case study. Then we have emergent approach. This is part of a long-term planning only. So they are saying strategies are not always formally planned. We can have a strategy, but we can switch when we get a opportunity. We'll just see the examples that will make more sense. Pfizer, a multinational pharmaceutical company, developed a drug known as sildenafil in an attempt to deal with high blood pressure in patients. The drug was ultimately unsuccessful. So if it is unsuccessful, there is a small difference in emergent and rational. Rational would say, okay, just go back and do the R&D again and improve it. But here they started searching what can be the other usage of this. Instead of investing again, can we use this drug for any other use? But patient in test group reported an interesting side effects. Pfizer sold the drug as Viagra and started new multi-billion-dollar market. So this is what the emergent approach is. We'll have a plan, but what happens when we go into the real market? Things will change, or the ecosystem will change. So we need to be little flexible. Then we have logical incrementalism. So this is part of the strategies which are not properly planned. So here the strategies usually, small and medium businesses, they don't want to plan for long term. They are just focusing on a small scale extension of what they have done in the last year. So here it depends on the owner, it depends on the experience. This approach suggests that strategy tends to be a small scale extension of past policy rather than radical change. So what has worked in the last year, just do the same or make small changes. That's it. And they are saying a lot of people don't believe in the long-term strategy. Then we have the last one, freewheeling. So logical and freewheeling is very closer because they don't believe in long-term. But freewheeling is even more because freewheeling, the best example can be startups. They don't have even the previous experience to do the logical incrementalism. Here is wherever they find an opportunity, they'll jump. So startup is the best example. Wherever they feel opportunities, opportunism. So also known as freewheeling. They're free. Wherever they get an opportunity, they'll jump. Freewheeling opportunism suggests that organizations should avoid formal planning and instead simply take advantage of opportunities as they arise. I mean, this looks good for the startups, but if you think like Rotomyne doing that, it will be very difficult for us. Why? Because we have stakeholders, we have finance providers, we have shareholders, all kind of stakeholders. We need to gain their confidence. We need to give the annual report at the AGM. We are a listed company. It's very difficult for a company which is well settled to go with the freewheeling, and it's very risky also. So both of this will have its advantage and disadvantage. Long-term planning will have its advantage, and short-term planning will have its own advantage and disadvantage. Like if we don't do the formal planning, we'll be like, formal planning means long-term planning. We can be fail to identify risk. Strategic drift will happen. Raising finance is difficult, as I just said, and management skill. We are just depend on management skill here. But if you have long-term planning, we know the track. So if you don't have the best management skill, also we can survive. Any question?
No.
All right. Next is perspective of strategic planning. Though I am going a little faster, I request you to read at least once. So you might have questions, then you can ask tomorrow. So perspective to strategic planning is, first is traditional approach. When we are making a strategy, we have to prioritize something. This was there in P3 also, strategic risk, if you remember. So one thing company can do is just focus on the traditional approach. So we are there for business and to make profit. That's it. That is traditional approach. Only profit will prioritize. But the problem is, if we take strategic decision only based on profit, let's say in Rotomyne, if we are just doing something which is more profitable, we don't want to go to that new technique of mining. Why? Because it is taking more money. It will definitely affect the profit. But can we ignore it for the long term? No, we cannot. Though it is the best for the, or it is aligning the traditional approach. Because we have to also think the market. So second option we have is market-led approach. Do what the market is doing, what other competitors are doing. Because if we just focus on our profits, or we do something which is profitable for us, but there is no demand in the market, we cannot be successful. Or market-led approach also we can say environment, getting a good fit into the ecosystem. Third one is resource-based or competency-led approach. So here what we are talking about is whatever skills we have, whatever competencies, core competencies we have, what you believe is extra in your business, that can be the prioritization. That will be the main point of strategy. Let's say innovation for certain companies, or they have brand value, they will cash on that. So these are the three approaches companies can use to make a strategy. However, if you think from Rotomyne, if you just do traditional also is a problem, market led also can be a problem, because we need to maintain the profit, and even the resource based we cannot ignore. So companies like us can have a mixed approach. What mixed approach will take hand in hand all three of them? Maybe we can prioritize more of market led approach for now, because there is a lot of pressure from the environmental groups, and overall also globally the environmental factor is an hot topic. But at the same time, we'll also take care of the traditional approach. Then they have given difference between management accounting and strategic management accounting. So this was a traditional management accounting internally. How we define management accounting, if you go by the financial accounting is more about external reporting and all, management accounting is internally focused. But strategic management accounting is expecting the management accountant, that individual, to do all of this individual work plus also focus on the extra part. What is the extra part? Look at the future, know about the market we are operating, the industry, know about the competitors, know about the the market share what we have. So basically it's more contributing towards the strategy compared to previously it was just about numbers and more of a past. Now we are looking for the future, we are predicting the future, we are going outside the scope. So that is strategic management account. They won't ask you all of this. This is just for that. Then second chapter is about mission, vision, values, and stakeholders. Why this is important? When we are making a strategy, we need to have a track. Like we just say in the long-term planning, if you don't have it, we can get strategic drift. That means we'll go out from a topic, not topic, our aim and objective. Therefore, we should have a mission. We can have a vision. We should have values. We should take care of the stakeholders. So this thing should not be compromised. Let's say we are getting a better profit, we cannot compromise our values. If we get some business opportunity, if it is not aligning with our mission and vision, we will not take it. Right? Can you quickly tell me, one of you, what are the mission, vision, and values of Rotomyne? If you don't remember, you can just open and see.
May I, Misbah?
Yes.
So our mission is to power consumer life, like to have a healthy, clean, and sustainable product for them. For Rotomyne, vision is to meet the customer demands and provide a good quality with good quality materials. And one more point is there in vision, uh, to produce lithium to the customer who depends, like for example, to produce, like just a second, let me check. Yeah, to support the customer whose product depend on the lithium, and the for Rotomyne values. So constantly innovating, being very responsible to customer needs, working in safe environment, sustainable manner, uh, work like act ethically and honestly or professionally. One more point I'm missing maybe.
Okay, 1 second. So I have a quick 1 minute of work for you guys. So we know what the mission should be. Like here they have mentioned the mission is the fundamental objective of an entity expressed in general terms. Then what is the mission? Mission is about the plan, what we are going to achieve, vision, long-term plan. Then we have values that describe core ethics and principle. So I just want all of you to take 1 or 2 minutes, not more than that. Read this definition. I've already discussed this. Now go back to the Preseen and analyze, are these things being conveyed properly in the Rotomyne's mission, Rotomyne's vision, and Rotomyne's values. Okay, because if we understood that, we understood this chapter. Simple as that. Okay, so read this mission, then go back to our mission and see, are we able to do that? Are we aligning with the actual mission, or maybe our way of writing mission is different? Does it make sense? And in this way, you will remember also what is our mission, values, and all, because this is very easier to link. Like other day we are doing question on sustainability, so straight away you can start that argument question. If you remember, in favor, you can talk about that this is one of our values, and we have never compromised in our values, and we'll never compromise in future as well. And same thing you can do with the mission and vision. Okay, does it make sense? Hello?
Yeah, Misbah.
Okay, just do it, then we can start again in 2 minutes. Yeah, ready? So why I made you read immediately, because just to remember this. Usually with our questions, uh, almost I believe in any variant, you can link it to that. You're talking about arguments in favor, this can be used. Ideally, you guys should have remember the mission, vision, values. It's okay. I hope now you'll remember. Yeah. So one of you can say mission, one of you can say vision, and each value one of you can say, so that we don't get repeated. We'll start. Dikshita, you can start. You can talk about mission. Say what is our mission, and do you believe that are we giving the fundamental objectives? Is it expressing the fundamental objective what we do?
Yes, Misbah. So I think so that we do meet the standards of, like we do meet the fundamental objective. So basically, mission should be like, why do we do what we do, right? So as we are explaining, as our mission explained itself, that what we do is we want to have a better, clean, and sustainable uh, product for the consumer life. So we are being very pretty clear with what we want to do for the economy or the for the country or for the people.
Okay. So that is one way. Primarily, it is more about the business you want to convey, not you want to do. But
Yeah, like what a business. Sorry.
yeah, continue.
Hello. No, please continue.
Now I'm saying we can just talk about the business directly, or sometime we'll make it little vague. We'll keep it little generalized. From that, we might not understand that what industry we are in. But ideally, it should be like what we do, or maybe why we do, kind of thing. The mission says
Uh,
why you do and what you do.
why you doing what you do? Misbah, I have a doubt over here. Like, why our mission, like to power consumer lives in a world that is clean, healthy, and sustainable? So if we don't know about the industry, so we can see it is vague, right?
Yes, that's what I was coming to. This is vague. They have not talked about mining. Nobody will understand from this. The name is about Rotomyne, but still, the mission doesn't talk about. Let's say some company was doing into solar. They might have also come with this. Some company was actually manufacturing batteries. Maybe our client, our customer, they might have also come up with the same vision, mission. Because mission is to power consumers' lives in a world that is clean, healthy, and sustainable. So it doesn't talk about mining and specifically to our business. So
Yeah,
why you do and what you do, especially what you do is not being answered. Why you do, maybe, kind of.
yeah. Because as you said, if I read it again and again, now I can relate it to like something which is environment freely, or it could be some part of NGO or consumer strategy. I can relate it to any and like any other industry concepts also. Not mining is not even coming into my head if I don't know the companies of mining.
Yes, yes.
Correct.
So is this the correct mission? So basically, it's not like a correct or incorrect mission, but we can say it's not the best mission according to definition. However, certain companies find useful if they keep it vague, and certain companies find it useful if they keep it specific. So it depends on them. However, we
So,
can use
is
this
there
in a positive way, like the previous question what we did, mock H, that value is there, but before value, even our mission is like why we exist. The primary reason why we are existing is to give clean, healthy, and sustainable energy. So how the protester and everybody is challenging this. This can be the points or the arguments in favor of us. Yeah, you're saying something.
Yeah, so in exam, can we get question like, okay, is there any possibility of changing the mission or what could be the better mission? Can turn up like that also?
Actually, this type of question comes when you give individual E3. I believe in FLP also they might have asked you something similar to that. They do ask that. What is the ideal mission for this company? Is the mission is correct or not? In case study, usually they don't because the company is already set up and now they are more than 7 decades. They are doing successfully. So they won't ask directly. However, they might relate a question to that and say, do we need to change the mission? And one more thing, it's not like about legal factor. It's not illegal that we do something which is not mentioned in the mission. Sometimes certain companies say we are a manufacturing company, and over time they have moved to services also. But that doesn't mean that they should change their mission. If they want, they can change. But it's not an ideal mission what they should have. The ideal mission should be saying what you do and why you do.
Okay. One more thing. Just now you were referring to something of like previous mock which you guys have done in the class which I've missed. What were you saying about that?
Name mock H. I think you were there when we did that first. No, first question. I'm referring to that. You also gave the points.
Task one. You're referring to
Yeah, yeah,
task
yeah.
one.
I'm referring to task one where the protesters came. You remember that?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
A bit of it.
We have that task B Dikshita where they were saying in favor and against. I'm referring to that point.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I do remember we were talking about arguments and against it.
Yes. So in favor, you can put this point. This is a mission. So you would have got one header straight away. That's why the knowledge of Preseen is very important. Even if you don't remember, I am not saying to by heart the mission, but you should have a overview at least what it was about. Like you can remember, okay, we are saying about three things that we are clean, healthy, and sustainable. It was focusing on the consumer. We're not talking about our consumer. Usually, if you see our consumer, our immediate client is the battery manufacturer. But are we talking about them? No. We are talking about the end consumer, the end user, the end person in the supply chain.
Yes, actually, I was listening to one podcast or YouTube video, and that also uh, a certain company, I don't remember the company name, but they were also talking in the statement that we want to give the finest product to the manufacturer so that they make a battery which is very reliable for the industry and for the ultimate users. They were also talking from that perspective only.
Yes. So any big company understand that because if the end user we are not benefiting, then no point. Even if you're giving the best and the people are not, carrying it forward, so the quality will reduce. And if the end user is not
Correct.
satisfied, and if you're not giving that level of value, then the business will get affected.
So can we explain the term like clean, healthy, and sustainable in a like more detailed manner to like remember or understand it better?
You can, if the question is related to that, you can. Even if you don't explain, you should explain it to yourself. You should have an idea because it's your company.
So if you want to do, how we would do it, Misbah?
Sorry.
Like if you want to do, like if you want to understand for yourself, like clean, healthy, and sustainable. So how you make, because the words are itself very clear that what they want, but according to Rotomine, how we will define it?
So we can understand what is pure mining, what is sustainable mining. We'll relate and research that word according to this industry. Then we'll get better understanding.
Okay.
Yeah, Chandan,
Okay, thank you.
you want to add something?
Yes, Misbah, I think in that case, it also is so important that who we are supplying to, isn't it? Some
Very
like
good. Yes, I was coming to that.
yeah,
Whom we are supplying to becomes very important because we have made a very big claim in our mission. We are talking about the end consumer. So if the client of ours is unethical or they don't take environment seriously, then we should get away from them. I mean, it's easy to say nobody wants to lose business, but if you have made that mission, you have to take care of that. Otherwise, it will become a reputational risk. They will say company says something in the mission, but they themselves are not practicing it.
One small doubt, Nova. Like, as you said, that we should not be supplying to the client who is not reliable. who is not making product up to standard. How, like, we would be knowing that they are not making up to the standard, but how will this affect our mission?
It will affect our mission, right? Because our mission is that to power consumers' life to make something which is healthy, reliable, healthy and sustainable, clean. So it will affect our mission, isn't it? Let's say they are using so much of plastic as an example, or they are polluting more than the industry average. They are just prioritizing on the profit, not on the environmental factor. So isn't it like we are contributing them, we are supporting them? Ideally, a business should deal with the suppliers who are more ethical, suppliers and clients who are more ethical, even if it is little expensive for us. Let's say we have two supplier, okay? One supplier is charging us X amount, and another is charging X plus 10%. But this supplier is saying that we use only renewable energy. We have only solar and wind energy in our production. We don't use plastic. We reuse the material. We produce the minimum wastage. So we should give business to that company rather than the other one. Why? Because they are more friendly to the environment. They are more sustainable, and maybe they are more ethical with their employees also. They are not manipulating them. So as a corporate, we are creating a better world,
Okay.
and that's what the fair trade and all of this is all about. Fair trade is like everybody in the supply chain should get the due. For example, if you go into clothing industry, they have a very big margin, but who is enjoying the most margin? The brands, the bigger brands who are selling, right? But the farmers who are actually growing cottons, are they getting their due? No, they're still struggling to take care of their basic needs. So ideally, a business should work in a manner that everybody in the supply chain get their due. They should also earn good, the farmers. They should not struggle. It should not happen that all the profit is enjoyed by the bigger companies just because they are having a brand. That's what we are referring to here.
Okay. Does this happen practically in the corporate world also?
Yes, it happens. There is a term called fair trade. I think some of you might be already aware. I'll just show you for you, Dikshit, just 1 second.
For your understanding, I can add one more here.
Please.
I was in an event a couple of months ago where this event with sustainability, Go Green, and those projects. The Siemens guy, he was mentioning, it's a good example for Dikshita to understand, where he was saying, they basically focus on this project for Go Green, whatever materials they use. For example, in UK for trains and many things they do. So one of the guy from the protester or maybe journalist, they asked, the suppliers you get the materials from, are they really are they sustainable too? Are they using the right way of material, or maybe the labor, everything they're getting from India? Are they really following the process? They were asking these questions. And they said, yes, we do get this materials from India or some other places. They all follow the same ethical practices. Otherwise, they can't do. I don't know whether you understand. Did I
No,
explain?
it's a very good example, Chandan. And nowadays, the clients, the end consumer is, wanting to know everything. They want more and more transparency. If they feel like there was some problem in the start of the supply chain or something unethical or somebody was not treated well as they deserve, they don't want to part of that brand. Just one example now on the screen. This is fair trade. If you see this banana and these products, usually they'll have this logo on that. So this logo is a kind of guarantee that everybody in the supply chain has got their due properly. So the client, the end consumer is ready to pay even extra. Let's say if you're buying this banana, this might be 10-15% expensive than other banana, maybe of the same quality, same quantity. But they're ready to pay a little bit extra because they want to be part of the company which is taking care of everybody in the supply chain. They are being ethical, they are being sustainable, they are good for the environment.
Okay, so basically, an entire chain of chain of network in the ecosystem, all try to be ethically ethically right. This is what a mission needs to be about, right?
Yeah, that's what
Am
we
I?
are talking about. It's not about every mission,
Okay,
but our mission. And
okay, our mission.
this is more about in developed countries. Now, this if you go to a country where economic situation or the per capita income is very low, then this kind of product might not be successful. People are not ready to pay extra just because it is, following more ethics or they are fair trade. Everybody is getting their due share. But this is where we are going to.
So basically, in an ideal situation, we can consider this. We can't talk about everyone, but in
Correct.
ideal situation in corporate companies, this do happen.
Yes, and at Rotomine stage, we should consider. We have already been one of the market leader, so the expectations are there. We should be
Okay.
considering that. So if we have two options of supplier, let's say we are buying some machines or any other service, even if you're outsourcing some part of the business, so we should look at the ethical aspect also. We should not just consider cost and decide. Cost and quality is there, but we have to think beyond cost and quality, because primarily every time we just think the cost and the quality, that's it, but we have to go beyond that.
Okay, miss. Thanks, thanks, Chandan. I was able to understand it.
Thank you.
Okay, so what is our vision? I know it's taking a little bit of time here, but I hope it is worth it. You can relate to it. So what is our vision? What is Rotomine's vision? Quickly, somebody else, I want to explain that.
I'll try.
Yes, Anjana, please.
Rotomyne's vision is to meet customer needs for the reliable supply of good quality materials, and they're wishing to transform the power of delivery for the customers who depends on lithium for the products. What I think, as per the vision statement, which is showing on the screen right now, there is a lag in our vision. Maybe because they have not clearly mentioned where they want to reach after like a decade or something. It's just it seems a very straightforward statement, and it seems very like it is ongoing. They are meeting customer needs right now also, so it seems like they just want to improve the current state of the position, but exactly where they are looking themselves after 10 years or 15 years, it is not clear in the vision.
Right. So vision again is not very direct here, because vision is usually like a long term goal. Even individually we have a vision that, okay, I want to become a professional member of CIMA, then I want to be a CFO or a director in a certain company. That is the vision. And once we achieve that vision, we will have another vision, a long-term goal. So it can be a direct one, it can be a measurable one. It is basically a close-ended, close-ended statement kind of thing. But here it's more of open-ended. It's like generalized. So it depends. Certain companies will have vision that they want to become the market leader in terms of market share. They will say, or we want to be the number one company. We want to have the so many innovations every year, things like that. But here also they have made it more generalized, and maybe because we are already one of the market leader globally, so they have kept it little bit vague. Because what happens when company grows, and especially when you are the industry leader or one of the industry leader, sustaining that itself becomes very challenging. And if they keep it very very optimistic and they don't achieve it, it will become a challenge. So that might be also reason why they have put that kind of vision. It's better I show on the screen itself. To meet customer needs for reliable supply of good quality material. So you want to, again, this is going into the customer. In particular, Rotomyne wishes to transform the delivery of power through its supporters of customers who depend on lithium on their products. So one thing there is there, we want to transform, we want to bring a change of delivery of power. And by power, we are referring to, I think, the energy. Instead of depending on the fossil fuels and all, we want to move on to alternative source of power, alternative source of energy. So going forward, now we are doing lithium, we can even think of going into solar, we can think of going into wind. It will have its own challenges, but I'm just saying that can be another opportunity. All right, our values. So we have 5 values. So one of you can talk about one value. Firstly, what is value? I've already discussed. Maybe you can read, then link to that. Okay. Sham, you want to add something before that?
Yeah, Misbah. So if we look at the products, right? So it's not only the battery grade lithium what we produce, right? So there is non-battery grade lithium as well, so which are used in, say, lubricants, in engines as lubricants, right? So, but somewhere I feel that it's like bit contradictory, right? So in our mission, we want to say that we want to have a clean, healthy, and sustainable products to our consumer, but we also provide our products for say those engines as well. So my understanding is like when we talk about engines, it's more about these normal vehicles, right? That internal combustion engines.
Yeah.
So
So, I mean, that's a valid point. However, we cannot just come to zero directly. Overall, if you see, the existence of Rotomyne is reducing the environmental impact, or at least we are working towards that.
yeah,
It's not like
yeah, Misbah,
they'll come.
so I agree with that. Yeah. So no, my point was that, so are we like moving only towards this electric vehicles and then batteries, and then we want to ignore other parts of the business? So is it, can we like interpret it
We are
like that?
prioritizing electric vehicles, but we are not ignoring others,
Okay.
because we are a listed company. We are for profit business. We need to earn revenue, earn a good profit for shareholders. Getting the point?
Yeah, but it's not clear, right? Like their mission and vision, so it's not clear like what they want to do particularly.
Right. Yeah.
Mm.
That's what I felt. So a little vague.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, values quickly.
So one value is they want to be, Rotomyne acts ethically and honestly. So this is one of their core principles, right? And yeah, so being in this business, right? So they have to be very ethical and honest as well, not only to what to say, to their shareholders, but also to other stakeholders as well, like the governments and all that. So they need to be very honest in their operations, as well as they're dealing with uh, the governments.
And what are the ethical principle we have to use? What is CIMA code of ethics?
Mm,
What are the 5 ethics? Integrity and all.
integrity, yeah, integrity, then professional conduct as well. So they need to abide by all the uh, laws and rules and regulations, right? So they need to act very professionally over there.
Integrity, objectivity, professional behavior, professional competence, and due care. and confidentiality.
Yeah.
Okay. Next. What is next?
I can go for the next one.
Yeah.
Okay, so one of the values that they also stand out for is that they provide a safe working environment.
No, second
And
one is this. Rotomyne operates in a sustainable manner.
oh, okay, sorry, sustainable manner.
If you want to talk about third one, also no problem. Whatever
Yeah,
you are more
that's what
confident.
my mind was. So if I
Okay.
can take that one. And
Sure.
I
Go ahead.
think, yeah, I think this value sits well with the nature of operations or the nature of business they do. Because the nature of business they do might be a situation where most of the employees will be exposed to a lot of hazards, talking about the working hazard. So by indicating these as part of your values, it brings a lot of like you're very responsible in terms of creating an environment where might be less accident, or even if there is an accident, it's not a major one that will cause damage or that will cause um, a life impact, as in bringing a lot of impact on your employees. So I think these particular values sit well with the nature of the operations.
Okay. And how we can, the problem here is, even if you are providing safer environment, there is some inherent risk. So maybe you can even link this to risk management. So what can be the internal controls? Any specific can you think of? Or how
So
we justify that we are,
Mhm.
working on our values? How we can justify to the stakeholders? Or why
Also,
anybody trust? Yeah.
so if I get a question right, what are some of the measures we put in place to ensure we are working in a safe environment? Is that what the question is?
Yes, kind of.
Okay.
Because every company can say we
Mhm.
provide safe working environment.
Yeah.
But why we should trust, or what you are doing separately, what you are doing extra?
Okay. It is hard to say from the question or from the case study
We
what
need
they
to
do.
know the industry here, industry analysis. We need to now do the benchmark of maybe in this industry of mining and other industry, like for example, construction industry is another industry where the health and safety risk is very high. Even in warehouses, the health and safety risk is very high. So we have to benchmark with other industries also and
Hmm.
see what are the best practices happening there, and we try to copy them, or we try to do something similar, or even improvise if possible.
Okay. I just also noticed that as a result of their collaborations with the university, they research and train facility to ensure that um, people are handling the um, materials in a safe manner. So, and I think that was one of the things that they're also doing to ensure that their employees are working in a safe environment.
Right. Okay.
And
Next.
yeah, and sorry, one more point to add on is, so there are certain processes, right? So which are automated. So through that, the exposure of the workers to dust and fumes, so that is also reduced. So I think that's also one of the points what we can add on to safe working environment.
Good point. Yes, I agree with you. Training is always one option, because many times they are finding kind of a shortcut, like they are not wearing helmet, they are not wearing reflecting jackets. Simple mistakes. So training can also be one of that. Okay, next. I mean, be quick, please. Fahim, Nikhil, Sohail, who will go for the next? Next
Let me
value.
try.
Yeah, please.
Rotomyne is responsive to customers' needs. So, so this value from the Preseen, we know that we work with the customers in the development of batteries and other products which are related to lithium. So in this way, I think we are responsive to their needs.
Okay. What else? Hello, Sohail.
Hello, yes.
Yeah. What else you want to add?
I think that's all I can think of for now.
Okay. Next, next value. Next is very important. Maybe about innovation. Fahim, you want to try?
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
innovation. Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, just a second. I have a small doubt for the customer needs. Uh, can we also consider after sales service in that?
Yeah, obviously. Everything comes in that.
So, as we are like producing as we are like delivering product in the process of powder, then what kind of after sales service can we provide for that?
I mean, it depends. Simple as that you're adhering to the contract in an ethical manner. You're delivering on time. And if they need some training or they need some guidance to use that, we are providing. So after sales service will be less here. But if you are asking me the question, does it include? Yes, it should include.
Okay, thanks.
Yes, Mr. Fahim.
Yeah, I'm thinking the innovatives, Rotomyne, they have to invest the money for the research and development for this innovation of the two part. One is for the how digging the mines, because the common methods, Ola, the hard rock mining, there's so many wastage, and we cannot get the proper wastage is much. Only 8% podium we can take out the lithium. Therefore, we have to find how to maximize the without wastage the production. The when you mining the lithium. Other things, if you look at the health and safety for our staff, the workers who's working in the site, we can make it the automations. Then that will lead to the reduce the health and safety. Then we rather than take from consult buying from outside those kind of things. Why we cannot do our own? If you have the own, we can make the copyrights. You mean the intangible asset? Then we can sell to our competitors also to make the money for the patent rights.
Okay.
Uh,
Constantly innovates. One thing you can easily link is to the finance. It will require a lot of money, and
yeah,
many
the
times
worst.
the R&D is not successful. Research and development, less than 20% or less than 10% only actually becomes a patent.
Okay, this is a disadvantage. Other side, right? We can put it.
Yeah, I mean it's a challenge. So that's your value. How you'll manage that? How you'll commit so much of finance to that? Already we are not doing financially from last 2 years. How you'll stick to your values?
Because if you see the cost of the wastage and is too high, then we can invest the part of the money for the rate and earning. We can do the research. to improve in future for the efficiency way of taking the mines.
Okay.
I don't know, if it makes sense or not. Other way around, we can tie up with the big universities, I mean the research center, and we can get it the efficient way or the any proper way to the mining without the wastage.
Okay,
Then
so
later on, we employ
I
to
mean, this looks
the
generalized answer. This is correct for now, but I request all of you to have a proper plan how we can constantly innovate, because this is not only our values. I believe this can be the core competency also for our business to grow. This can give the
Misbah,
competitive edge.
okay.
but Misbah, when we look at the current R&D facility, right? So we do a lot of innovations. So may it be in so how we extract lithium, right? So there is a lot of research going on. So we come up with new innovative ideas. So that's what's there in our research and
I'm saying it's already
training
there, but
facility.
it's a constant expense or investment we have to do. If you link to the
Mm-hmm.
finance, because any strategy we have to look at the resources. So
Mm-hmm.
objective is clear, action plan is clear, but we might lack in the resources. That's what
But
I'm
we
thinking.
can go with the competitor, and we can do the research. I mean, a combination of research. No, same for example, Rotomyne and Dick company, they can work together and minimize the cost.
Yeah, possible.
Okay.
All right, the last one. Nikhil. Nikhil, you want to try last one? Or anybody else? Dikshita, Anjana? Hello, am I audible?
Yeah, Misbah.
Okay, Sham, you want to try? Anyone?
I mean, so talk about the last value is about operating in a sustainable manner, right? But my point here is, so if we look at the pre-scene, right, so they are not talked too much about how we do that sustainable operations, though it is mentioned here as well as in the risk, right? So they mentioned that we operate in a sustainable way, but there is no clear explanation like how we are doing it currently. But other, but the point that we can make out here is, so how can we reduce the usage of fresh water,
No, we are
right?
talking about the last one.
Mm.
Last value.
Which one?
Rotomine is responsive to customer needs. Last value.
That one we covered, right, Ms. Mo?
No, customer needs we didn't cover. We covered constantly innovate.
Okay.
What is your
Even
point?
I thought,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Anjana.
sorry. Even I thought we covered customer needs point.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, indirectly we have mentioned anything else responsive to customer needs. Some more points if you want to add. Because I was talking about we were discussing about innovation and we have kind of linked this.
Okay.
Misbah, I think so. When we were talking about after sales service, no, at that time we were covering responsive to customer needs, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Then sustainable manner we have you're talking about number two sustainable manner we have discussed that in mission. So no point,
Mhm.
to discuss. It's fine.
Okay. So when we say like responsive to customer needs, so if we talk about the brine mining, right, so it will take nearly 12 to 18 months. So it is very important for a company to have some inventory as backup, right? If some customer their demand increases, right, even they will ask for more supply of the materials. So in that way, we need to be very flexible.
Right. We need to flexible. We need to give them tailored contract, and if it, I'm basically do it according to their needs, specific to their needs.
Hmm. Okay.
All right. So this was it. It took a little bit of time, but I hope it was useful. Then moving on, we have Adidas Group example about values. Please read it. Next part of this is objectives. Objective should be SMART. This has been repeated previously also: specific, measurable. So the objective, the end goal should be SMART. We can have primary, secondary objectives, but ultimately it should be SMART. It should be timed. It should be relevant. It should be measurable. Then only the chances of success is higher. Then they are talking about stakeholders, which have been discussed multiple times. We can even divide the stakeholders into internal, external, connected. I hope you have gone through this. And I was talking to you about the power and interest. Some stakeholders will have high power, some will have low power. So where it is coming from? This is coming from the Mendelow's matrix. This has been repeated in the previous syllabus also. Then we have non-market stakeholders also important. You know, when I say to come up with the 20, it was a little bit of challenge. Why it was a challenge? Because we are not thinking about non-market stakeholders like government, regulators, charities, pressure groups like NGOs, non-for-profits, the media, the public. Add all of this, then you can get up to 20. Then we can even do corporate political activity, like lobbying can be done. We can give directorship to the government employees. We can influence public opinion. We can do certain types of donations. We can form an association. In the worst case, if something is going against the business, we can even take legal actions against the government if you feel that they are going against the law. Or sometimes, in the rare case, government is benefiting one business over others. So the judiciary is an independent body. You can go to the court of law. Okay. Then this ethics and all we can discuss tomorrow.
Misbah,
Yeah.
Misbah, like before that, I have one question regarding stakeholder.
Yeah.
So as I was writing stakeholders, no,
Mhm.
sometime I was getting confused where to place them. For example, as I was thinking about media, right? So I
Mhm.
was confused whether to like put minimal effort on them or keep informed because as we can see, they do have high interest, even they do have low power to influence our company decisions. But still, they have high interest, right? What is going on? If something goes wrong, they get one news and they can like,
No, no,
uh,
I can understand where you're coming from. It is definitely confusing.
yeah.
So what we have to do is in normal scenario. It's not like daily the news is coming up or negative or positive news. So in a normal scenario, they don't have high interest until some news comes up. So when we decide on the stakeholders, any stakeholders, we are discussing in the normal scenario. So in a normal scenario, firstly their power is low. You agreed on that. That was correct. And if you see level of interest is also low, minimal effort. Excuse me.
Okay.
If a
Then I
news
need
comes
to
up,
change because while
if a news comes up, they will get high level of interest. And with media being so much of reach, they can even get other stakeholders like government and society, which come together. They can bring in high power. So that time they'll become keep satisfied. So any of the stakeholder is not fixed in any bracket. Even if you see employee as an individual will have high interest, low power. But if they come as a union, they'll become high power, high interest. So this bracket will keep on changing. So when I ask you to make it, it's in the normal scenario. But when the scenario changes, the bracket will also change.
okay, so if we are talking in media as a whole, if we are talking about like social media right now, like one small thing also can go to an extent trend, whether if there is like no issue in the company, no issue in the market. But if a small false rumor or allegation comes upon the company, it will spark, right?
It will spark, yeah. But if it is only from one media and all, it won't. So if all media comes together, they are the high power. But normally, they are low power. Imagine if
Okay.
you
So
keep
then,
everything in high power. High power means you cannot ignore. You have to keep them satisfied. Can you run business if you keep all of them, these people, and keep satisfied? Is it
yeah,
possible to?
that is why I thought if I like keep informed, like okay, so this is going on because sometimes we can get good publicity out of them also, right? We can use them for our beneficials that we are doing so much for as a part of consumer strategy,
You know,
CSR.
newspaper themselves are for profit. They need the money. They won't care, to be honest. Most of them in the real world, they want the money. So they want money from you to give advertisement. Then they'll be happy with you. If you don't give, there will be a problem. Therefore, if
Okay.
you notice, companies will give advertisement in almost all major newspapers. Maybe it's not giving them on any returns, but why they are doing it? Just to maintain relationship with the media.
Okay.
Unfortunately, this media houses also act very unethical.
So,
I don't
so
think it's a
basically,
good
till we are
idea
not
to keep them informed, because later on they can use
okay.
that. I'm not saying to blackmail, but use for their benefit or competitors' benefit. It's always good not to give
Correct.
information to these people, or give minimum as
Okay. And
possible.
so I need to look into it again and the stakeholder perspective. If I have any doubt, I'll let you know. I'll
Sure,
ask
sure.
you.
We
Thanks.
stretch a little bit, but I know this is required considering the time exams are coming closer. So tomorrow we'll finish it. A lot of things are repetitive, but still we are just stopping. I'm just trying to understand and see where you stand. For example, what is your point of view? Therefore, a lot of questions were coming up. Otherwise, we would have covered another one or two section, but it's fine. So tomorrow we can connect same time, and hopefully we'll finish E3 tomorrow. And if we have to stretch also, we'll stretch a little bit. Okay.